Alright, today we're learning about the coordinate plane on page 293. Page 293. Okay, so what I want you to start off by doing is I would like you to go ahead and draw two intersecting lines, and we're going to label them the x-axis and the y-axis. Okay, so some of you are familiar with this. That's good. All right, so this is what I call the coordinate plane. The coordinate plane. And yes, I know I did misspell coordinate, and I'll correct that in a second. All right, so now you don't have to draw a point at the point of origin, but you do need to know that the point where the lines intersect is what I call the point of origin. Sorry. Okay, so this is where I always start. All right, now I want you to think of the coordinate plane as a map. Well, in order to find a location on a map, what do you need? You need, no, you already have the map, but to find a location on the map, you need directions. Very good. You need directions. So that's what the coordinates are going to be that we're looking at. Those are the directions. The coordinate plane is my map. All right, now there's some more terms that you need to know first. First thing you need to know is the different quadrants. You need to have this memorized. You have quadrant 1, quadrant 2, quadrant 3, and quadrant 4. Okay, those are the different quadrants. Whenever we're talking about the location of a point on the coordinate plane, we're talking about the quadrants. Okay, y'all with me? Make sure you've got room on your paper. Hopefully you didn't draw a teeny tiny coordinate plane. Some people, you might have to draw another one if you did. Okay? All right, now let's look at this point. 3, 2. Now this is what I call a coordinate or an ordered pair. Okay, it goes by either one. These are my directions. This tells me where to plot the point on my coordinate plane. The first number is my x value. The second number is my y value. So let's think about this practically for a minute here. I have my point of origin. Okay, have my point of origin. I'm looking at my point of origin. What do you think? We're looking at the x-axis. Do you think that the numbers to the right of the point of origin are going to be positive or negative? Negative. They're going to be positive. You can almost think of it as like on a number line. Everything on the x-axis to the right of the point of origin is positive, and everything to the left is negative. Now let's look at the y-axis. Everything above the y-axis is positive, and everything below the y-axis is negative. So when I look at this coordinate, 3, 2, I'm looking at this coordinate, 3, 2. Both numbers are positive. Okay, so I know that I'm going in a positive direction on the x and the y axis. So in order to plot this, I need to number the different axes on the coordinate plane. So go ahead and number, and we're always going to number these 1 through 6. So go ahead and number your coordinate plane. All right, so now that we're done numbering, let's go ahead and plot this point. Okay, so for 3, I'm on the x-axis. Do I go right or left 3 units? Right. I go right because it's positive. And then I go up or down 2 units. Up because 2 is positive in my coordinate. So I go right 3, up 2, and then I need to label that point. I always need to label it. Okay? Yes, you label it right next to the point. Whoops. All right, so now I have the point -4, 3. Okay, so now I'm plotting another point, -4, 3. Now, what's different with this one? I have a what? I have a negative. So now which way am I going on the x-axis? I'm going left 4 and then up or down 3? Up 3. I'm going up 3 because 3 is positive. So I go left 4, up 3, and then I label that point. Are you catching on a little bit? Okay, so now let's do another one. What if you had 2, -4? 2, -4. Go ahead and plot that point. 2, -4. All right, so again, 2 is positive, so I go right on the x-axis 2 units. And then do I go up or down 4? I go down 4 because it's negative, and I plot the point way down there, okay? Down in the negative part of the y-axis. 2, -4. All right, one more. Now I have -5, -6. So which way do I go on the x-axis? Left. And then which way do I go on y? Down. So left 5, down 6. Plot the point and label it. So now I've plotted my points. Now I need to describe the location. So 3, 2 is in what quadrant? 1. -4, 3 is in what quadrant? 2. -5, -6 is in 3. And 2, -4 is in 4, quadrant 4. All right, and that's how I would describe the location. So generally, that's pretty much everything you need to know. Now we're going to kind of backtrack a little bit, and we're going to do another example that kind of reinforces this. Okay? All right, so I want you to go ahead and draw a fresh coordinate plane with your numbering. And this is pretty much how you're going to set them all up. Okay? And I'll go ahead and give you the 3 points. I want you to plot these 3 points and describe the location. Okay? Plot these 3 points and describe the location. I'm going to kind of walk around and help you guys figure it out. All right, so let's plot the first point. 3, -4. So I'm going to go right 3 and then up or down 4? Down 4. Okay? So right 3, down 4, and make sure you label the point. P3, -4. All right, now for the next one, Q, -1, -3. Now you're going to go left 1, down 3, and plot the point. And then make sure that you have the Q there. All right, then for R, it's 0, 2. So do you go either way on the x-axis? No, you just go straight up 2, and it's R, 0, 2. Now we need to figure out, so now we've plotted the points and labeled them. Now we need to figure out the location. What's the location of the first point? It's in what quadrant? P. P is in, no, P. P is in 4. Now remember to use the Roman numerals. Q is in what quadrant?
1.
1, it's in 3. 3, quadrant 3, look at your notes. Now what about R? Is it technically in a quadrant? No. Where is it located? It's lying on the y-axis. So that's what I would say for the location, the y-axis. Okay? So anytime a point is directly on the axis, that's going to be the location. All right, now I want you to go ahead and do your turn now, numbers 1 through 4. You're going to draw a new graph. Make sure you draw it, decently sized. You might need to use the back of your notes. And you can use the same coordinate plane for all 4 points. So that's fine. So I want you to go ahead and do your turn now, numbers 1 through 4. All right, so your turn now. Justin, you have a question?
Yes.
What's your question? All right, so here we go. Checking, your turn now. Should have drawn your coordinate plane. Did everybody label their axis, the X and Y axis? Hope so. Okay, so we've got A, B, C, and D. Point A was 2, 3, so they were both positive. Point B was 0, 0. That was a pretty simple one to plot. Point C was negative 2, 0. And point D was negative 1, negative 4. Okay, raise your hand if you got all 4 of those. Did you get all 4? Okay, raise your hand if maybe you just missed 1. Did you miss 1? Okay, do you see what you did on that 1 that you missed? Where you messed up? Maybe you said it was positive, but it was actually negative, so you moved it the wrong way. All right? Okay, so now we need to figure out the location. What quadrant is point A in? Quadrant 1. Very good. What about B?
2.
No. What about B?
3.
I heard y'all say it. What's the location of B?
Oh, 1.
No. Point of origin. It's at 0, 0. Point of origin. What about C? What about C? Guys, stay with me.
2.
No. What's the location? Not origin. That's only 0, 0. X-axis. Very good. X-axis. Because it's right on the X-axis. And then what about D?
3.
Quadrant 3. Whoops. Hold on. I need to back up for a second. I accidentally did a point. All right. Okay, and if you understand that, that's everything you need to know for 6.8.